Yeah, I'll attack like this. I'm not going to get in with the other guys. I'm just going to keep blocking here. I'll try to use this thing defensively. Hello everyone, welcome back for On Top of the Wall, and before we get started today, I wanted to apologize for being gone for the last week or so. I was trying to evaluate my channel and, see what I wanted to do as far as content for the future and get some things set up. And I decided I'm going to go with a little bit more edited content and not try to, not try to aim for 2 videos a day while working a full-time job. I can't really quite balance that. It's kind of tripping me up a bit. One of the things that I wanted to do instead was I wanted to actually invite everybody to my Discord server that I made. The link is in the description down below, along with the deck list, as always. Actually, typically, as always. Typically, it's down there. On occasion, it's not, as some of you know. Now, let's get into the deck. I had noticed on MTG Goldfish, the mono green Stompy deck has kind of taken the spot as the most, one of the most popular decks in the format. Not just like one of them, but like the actual most popular deck in the format. And I haven't noticed any major changes in it. The sideboard seems mostly the same. It's just missing Relic. 4 Nest Invaders. The Nest Invaders, they create a token when they enter, so that way we can use the token to drop a Vault Scourge sometimes, or trigger Morbid for the Hunger of the Whaaaaat. Super big pump spells. We'll talk about the pump spells in a second. River Boa is really good against the control matchups. When you end up with a River Boa on the battlefield, your opponent absolutely needs good answers for it. However, the Dimir control deck, from what I can tell, using Echoing Decay and Snuff Out, I don't think that they have much of an issue with, River Boa and taking it out. Regenerate doesn't save it from 0 toughness. I think that's more so for the Delver and Mono Blue matchups than the Dimir control. The Ledgewalker is great as an evasive creature with hexproof. We have a bunch of pump spells that we can chuck stuff onto it. So for all of these pump spells in here, these 4 Savage Swipes are the latest big upgrade to the deck from Modern Horizons. It's not that recent, but it is the most recent of their big changes, along with Weather the Storm on the side. The Savage Swipe is actually just giving a creature, one of our creatures, as long as it has 2 power, it gets +2/+2, and then it fights. So we end up getting like this nice fight spell that we can have instead of Epic Confrontation. It's our good removal spell. It's just 1 mana less, but that 1 mana, it can make a very big difference. It can allow us to, do a little bit more 1 turn earlier and really finish off the game. Plus, like, the nice pump there, a little bit of extra damage after we get a blocker out of the way. It gets us through Augur of Bolas pretty well. Vines of the Vastwood is a great way to protect our creatures and get a nice pump in. We don't particularly care about any one of our creatures, but the pump is super nice. The Rancor is awesome. It is an aura that we can keep getting back when we lose it. Hunger of the Whaaaaat is that card that I mentioned earlier. One of our creatures probably will die. Our opponent will probably remove one of our creatures. And when they do, Hunger of the Whaaaaat, put 3 +1/+1 counters on another creature. So target the Ledgewalker, make a 4/4 Ledgewalker, or a nice 5/4 River Boa or something. All of our creatures, with all of their different types of bodies and all of their different sizes and different little abilities here and there, we can really choose like our method of attack and like kind of go at them from different angles. Depending on the matchup, some of these creatures are backbreaking or can be game winning. Like Vault Scourge with any of our pump spells against Burn or another aggro deck is just insane. They definitely turn the clock in our favor. While something like the River Boa against Mono Blue Tempo or the Delver matchups, the Scred Delver matchups might be really, really good because the Scred matchup, they don't really have too much permanent removal that can actually deal with this. They have 1 Echoing Truth, typically, and that's just about it. Once this thing is resolved, it's there. Bolt and Scred do not quite do it. So for the mana base, we do have 17 just basic forest. I was considering adding a gingerbread cabin, but yeah, I don't think that it's absolutely necessary. Maybe a tranquil thicket. Maybe it might you know, pay off to have a little bit of cycling mana just in case we do flood out a bit. And it makes an opening hand with like 3 lands much more keepable. Because if you have 3 lands in your opening hand, one of them is Tranquil Thicket and the rest is gas, then you can, at the top of your curve, discard the Tranquil Thicket and hopefully find more. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to side one of these in. 1 Tranquil Thicket. Oh, and last but not least, the Quirion Rangers are actually here for some cards in the sideboard and because they are a good creature in case we start getting mana screwed. Because we can play our land per turn the turn prior, then we can untap, tap the forest for land, return it to hand, make our land drop on the next turn using the same forest, and now have access to 2 mana the next turn following. And we can actually, finagle a way of getting that extra mana, as well as getting an extra creature to, like, untap and be able to block the next turn. It can make a bit of a difference for swinging races in my favor. Plus, in the sideboard, we have some things to help kill things that we are afraid of. Viridian Longbow does get through Tron. When comboing with the Quirion Ranger, you can get a creature to untap repeatedly in 1 turn and pass the bow around, and you can end up shooting your opponent, keep bolting them, keep shooting them, pinging them in the face for about 3 damage every turn. Seems just fine. Gleeful Sabotage is there for affinity and some of the heavy artifact decks if we need. Plus, like, probably not half bad for Pestilence. I might consider bringing one in to deal with the Pestilence deck. River Boa, again, for Scred. The Weather the Storm is great against Burn. Gut Shot is there for some elves, and I don't really think it's there for tokens. A lot of people will say, like, oh yeah, if it can kill a 1 toughness creature, that's a reason to, maybe side it in. But I don't believe so. I don't think that we quite want to be using a Gut Shot on any kind of 1 toughness creature that we can find. Maybe something, something else. Like, I don't think that we actually particularly care. A lot of our creatures outclass theirs, and we're smashing in repeatedly. I would actually rather bring in the Epic Confrontation against other heavy creature decks, particularly, like, against tokens. Because we're already running over one of their tokens and killing it anyway. Shooting one of their tokens with this, with a fight spell, plus we're still attacking in that same turn. It's just like this little extra little boost of toughness for our guy when we're smashing in. Normally, 100% of the time, I would say, oh, always have 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate in the side. You should always have 2, because pretty much every time that you don't, there's that graveyard deck that shows up and, gets the better of you because you didn't have any kind of sideboard hate for the graveyard. But in this format, none of the tier 1 decks are super reliant on the graveyard for winning. And in the ways that you would beat them, you can beat them in ways where, you don't have to worry about the graveyard. They can have the graveyard and you can still win through it because it takes too long for them to set it up. Like, there's no super aggro dredge deck in this format. There's no, really, really good fast reanimator deck that you need to worry about. It's mostly just it's a collection of decks that are getting some value out of the graveyard but don't need it to win. Like, the Ghostly Flicker combo deck is probably the most graveyard-centered deck. However, it doesn't technically need those cards to win that way. It can just win by playing out Muldrifters, getting a ton of card advantage, and just win by, just playing out its cards like normal. It doesn't entirely rely on it. Now let's get into some gameplay. So on this Discord server that I made, we do have some bots. We have some music bots and whatnot in here. Welcome people to the channel. And we do have a bunch of game queues. So if you were looking for, some people to queue up with, you can actually come in here and hang around, wait for some people to show up. There's also game chats and I am looking for moderators and administrators and whatnot to try to really develop this and make it into something nice. And for those of you who are, you know, into some brewing and into some jank, there is Johnny's Jank Tank down here. Johnny's Jank Tank is specifically just for people that want to brew decks and work on them together. And all right, we are ready for our game. All right, well, let's introduce ourselves. Say hi. We'll play first. We are aggro. We want to play first, of course. Aha. Got a pit skulk. Riverbow. This is not great. Oh, this is definitely not great. We can do better. And we have three land hand. That's a little heavy. Mulligan. 4 card hand. Okay. I'll keep. All right. I'll put one at the bottom. That was just a little annoying. I was really hoping for like Burning Tree Emissary, or you know, a better 1-drop like Nettle Sentinel. We do have it. That's great that we do. And I'm super happy to have this, especially with Query and Ranger. And we do get some beats in. Hopefully we just don't draw land, and then this hand is pretty good as long as we get some gas. All right, Affinity. That might be a bit of a sticky situation. All right, well, I'm going to get in for an attack. You want to attack with Nettle Sentinel before playing spells. So that way you can get the untap with it. So it essentially has pseudo-vigilance. Now we can play our Pit Skulk. Get a 2/2. Always yes. Always yield. Yes. Query and Ranger after this. See, this is why I added the 1 Tranquil Thicket. Because now if we draw land and it is Tranquil Thicket, that's exactly what we want. Alright, so this seems like a pretty good start against Affinity. Now just watch. Double Galvanic Blast into quadruple Galvanic Blast. Oh, there's a tug. I was about to say, I saw them tapping 2 mana, one of it red. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. God, do I want to kill that ATOG. I have no idea what to do against it. Do I just attack with everybody? Seems like a pretty fair assumption that I'm just supposed to get in and I guess suffer the consequences, because if they want to block with this ATOG, they have to be willing to sacrifice something. So it is a card. They'll probably sacrifice Chromatic Sphere. Chromatic Star, right. Alright, I'll get in. I'll get in with the Query and Ranger too. They might take the bait of the Query and Ranger. It's really good in Elves, and if you have untapped synergies, but we don't have untapped synergies, they might choose to take it. And I'm okay with them swinging back and sacrificing their whole board of 3 artifacts, even 5 or 6 artifacts next turn. I think maybe the Nest Invader here, and then immediately put into play the Ledgewalker. Okay, now I get Nettle Sentinel untapped. Sure. And we'll sack. And then we'll play Ledgewalker. Now, any pump spell here looks amazing. Like, any pump spell for the Ledgewalker. Alright, you go land. And nothing. Okay, darn it. That's a 2 for 1. Second ATOG. Okay. Second ATOG. I'll block. You know, I'll block. It means that they'll have to sack something to save their ATOG. And that would disempower the other ATOGs. Alright, I'll get in. Play Nettle Sentinel. Probably untapping the other Sentinel. Getting a blocker. I also can use Quarian Ranger to return a forest, untap some stuff. Sure. Anyway, I'll have multiple blockers, and I'm certain I will be safe-ish. Safe-ish. Keyword against ATOGs in a deck that might have a fling. Okay. Nettle Sentinel. That ATOG might die. I would like to, let's say, untap the Nest Invader. I don't mind the Nest Invader dying. Hold on, cancel. At least, just so we can float the mana, just in case. I mean, we don't want them to 100% rule out anything. Okay, now they can rule out something. We don't have the spell. We don't have a trick. They might know. Okay, they sack Chromatic Star, sure. Nettle Sentinel. They're still on Death's Doorway. And when they attack next turn, if they attack with both, they'll have to sacrifice 2 cards to save these things. And I don't think that they have lethal. Here. Getting closer, but not quite. These may be some of the most synergistic cards in their deck, but they might not do it. Okay, so now I know they can't fling one of these in response. I don't think I need to terribly block here. Oh yeah, they're on the defensive. That's fine. I'm already at card disadvantage. Losing any gas here would be atrocious. I'll get in for an attack. I'm going to attack with a Ledgewalker for sure. The Pit Skulk will get blocked by the Forger, eat by the Forger. They might have to sacrifice 2 cards if they want to save these guys here. Yeah. Maybe I just want to attack like this. Might want to take off some pressure. I know one, yeah, no. We'll just attack like this. I'm losing the momentum here. I think I have to really start realistically playing as though these things could kill me. Because if they just go double star and, you know, fling or something, they really could get me. I'll play out the Quarian Ranger. Sure. Why not? Alright, what you got? Nothing, apparently. They're the same situation. I'm wondering if they're looking at Galvanic Blast in their hand. I'm wondering what's the correct choice. Because they thought about it for a minute. That means that they probably have something, but it's not quite enough. Is it fire? Okay, Prophetic Prism. Oh, and the Kaladesh art. That's the best art. Some of the art from Kaladesh is sweet. Capricious Forger. Alright, that's not good. I don't like that. I would really like Elephant Guide off the top. Please, please, please. Vines of Vastwood. Oh, that's off the top. It's good. Yeah, I'll attack like this. I'm not going to get in with the other guys. I'm just going to keep blocking here. I'll try to use this thing defensively. Because I can't quite kill them with it yet, and it might have more value just as a protection spell than a burn spell. Alright, show me. Show me the money. Don't... Okay, good. I was going to say, I saw green. I'm like, don't forge her. Mirror Enforcer. That's not good. I don't like that either. So, they are at virtual 1 right now. If we can hold out one more turn, that would be ideal. Alright. It doesn't look like we are. They are sacking some stuff. Alright, they play land. That's fine. Another red. That's not good. Spring Lift Drum. That's fine. Alright, Atogs are lethal. Good news is they have no more cards in hand. And we're about to draw. Come on. Pump spell. Yes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I would like to, I'm gonna choose to untap Nettle Sentinel. For a reason. We'll return this force to hand. Replay the forest. With kicker. Ledgewalker. Yes. Of course, yes, untap the Nettle Sentinel. It means it can attack 5 times without tapping. Cast with kicker. Sure. GG. Opponent. Do you see our 9/9? I want to say virtual 3, virtual -3. I think I'm bad at math. All right. All right, let's get in for the attack. Ah, yes. Much better. And our sideboard, I think, is a little bit better than theirs as far as stuff that they can throw at us. We do get outclassed pretty quickly. I think, God, Epic Confrontation doesn't do it, because when we're fighting something, their thing is a 4/4, or has the potential to be bigger with an ATOG. Like, I don't think that, we have what it takes to efficiently fight something. Oh yeah, and they have Gearseeker Serpent. They added one of those back in. Oh, they have Frogmites, potentially. We didn't see Frogmites in this one, but the latest Temur affinity is playing Frogmites. I don't think that we're, banking too hard on, like, fighting and killing a Frogmite. I'll bring in these Gleeful Sabotages. I think I might keep the Riverbow, because the Riverbow can block and, survive. The Pit Skulks have gotten a little bit worse. Vines of the Vast Woods have gotten a little bit worse because they're not playing, like, too many removal spells. Yeah, I'll leave those in. We'll chuck out a... Gosh, I don't even know. Savage Swipe. Actually, yeah, all of these Savage Swipes. 100% all of the Savage Swipes. Our 2/2s cannot fight 4/4s and get advantage off of that. We're just 2-for-1ing ourselves. It's no longer an advantage. We'll submit it like this. With these Gleeful Sabotages, we get double Strip Mine. Come on, where's my Gleeful Sabotage? What are you doing to me? I think Vault Scourge on 1 is probably decent. This is very keepable, because I see these couple cards here, and I think, man, if I go and get a 3rd land drop by turn 3, and I'm on the draw here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they choose to play it first, and I'm on the draw, so it's a pretty high chance. 17 land deck. There's a good chance. Play Elephant Guide on turn 3 on a Volt Scourge or a Ledgewalker and just start beating down, and then they just can't do anything about it. Oh god. Keep. That just seems good. I prefer, you know, actual stuff like Burning Tree Emissary, of course, and the Nest Invaders, like actual meat. Something that's meat on the bones of our deck. They did go down to 6, so that's helpful. Well, Pit Skulk. Sure. I could Quirion Ranger, untap, play, you know, untap, play another Forest, hit with Quirion Ranger, probably don't have blocker, and then Pit Skulk. Yeah, seems good. Oh, and plus this is actually 3 mana for Elephant Guide. That's fine. Yeah, that works. I never needed the 3rd land. I have a Quirion Ranger. So it's like I have a virtual extra land when I need it. Isn't that nice? Frogmite. Ah, there's the Frogmite. Of course. Of course. Now you're here. Another Quirion Ranger. Alright, well, land. I think we want to go Ledgewalker. And then just go for Elephant Guide on the Ledgewalker. Start getting in and go into chump block mode. Our opponent doesn't do anything about it because they don't have any edicts in their deck or sideboard. And they might not be able to race us. They might not be able to race us down. Okay. Let's see it. Alright, land. I know this is probably not what everybody else would do. They might be trying to play around Metallic Rebuke or something, but I don't think that any of these affinity decks are, you know, ATOG combo still, where they're all built around, like, you know, having a couple counter spells to protect ATOG or something. Alright, sure. No, go ahead. Nope. If we could just end that turn, that'd be great. Galvanic Blast. Sure. They sensed it. They know. Ooh, boy. I could... No. Okay, I'm gonna get in real quick with the Ledgewalker. We'll attack. Sure. We'll play Quirion Ranger, Pit Skulk. Yeah, Quirion Ranger and Pit Skulk. That seems fine. I don't think that they have another Galvanic Blast in hand. Quirion Ranger. Don't screw me. Don't do it. I really only want the Quirion Ranger for the mana for Elephant Guide. So if I draw a land, I will gladly say goodbye to it. Alright, just go ahead and Mirror Enforcer here. Darn it. I didn't want you to play stuff and then... Okay. Alright. They end turn. We get another Quirion Ranger. Great. I think I want to we'll just choose to untap this. Play that. Sure. They're gonna let that happen. We're gonna play Forest. Tap the Forest. Elephant Guide here. And that looks like 5 damage every... That looks like 4 damage every turn. Attack. Then a Volt Scourge is going to come along the next turn. Oh, yeah, that's right. Parentless research. Go digging. Find stuff. Do something about it. Alright. I probably would have sacrificed the Darksteel Citadel. Because, I mean, nobody's playing land destruction anymore. Oh, I see. They have another one. That's fine, I guess. Prophetic Prism, sure. Alright, so when we untap that, Virtual 11, because they can't interact with this. Vines of Vastwood, Virtual 7. Not quite it. We'll start aiming for chump blockers and stuff. I think I'll... Oh, okay, now I can play both. Alright, that's great. I was gonna Nest Invader, then sack the token for Vault Scourge, then I'm like, no, wait, don't sack the token, use it to block or something. And now I can do it all. I'm gonna get in for an attack, just in case I want to protect something with Vines of Vastwood. Because right now, we don't have to do anything crazy. We don't have to take any risk. We just can keep beating down and go into chump block mode. Our creatures are more plentiful than theirs, so likely they will die before they get the chance to kill us by beating in. We'll Nest Invader. Oh, wait, right. I have to let the token first. Click a player icon to pay life. I know I want them to pay it, but I know that they can't. I know that they can't, but every time that I see it, I'm like, go to 9. I'm not wrong for thinking that way. I want them to pay the life. Alright, next turn I think they are dead, because I can just swing around and then Vines of Vastwood. Kill them. Yeah. Because they'll be at Virtual 2 with this Vines of Vastwood. They have to find a bunch of creatures now, or a way to remove this. Yeah. Dead. Actually, you know what? I'll just target the Vault Scourge. Yeah, that's the perfect thing. Thoughtcast. Okay, that's not it. Let me drink my Pepsi out of my oh yeah, beer stein. Cherry Pepsi and Star Bomb Bang. The surest combination to kill me. So I think Dimir Control is probably going to sideboard in Evankar's Justice, because Evankar's Justice does kill the majority of this, and then you can pick up the pieces with a Snuff Out or something. You only need to use the Evankar's Justice once in Dimir Control to actually, you know, do something about this. Because the majority of this is, you know, our flexibility with how we're hitting you. And the fact that we're just going so wide so quickly. That's part of it, its power. So Evankar's Justice is definitely what they're going to, you know, change up for in the meta. A bunch of 1-for-1s is probably not fast enough for them. Alright. We get to our turn. Ooh. Ooh. I see Galvanic Blast is open. Plus maybe something else. We're going to put that on here. God, actually, I could just... I don't know. I think I might want to lure it out. I'm going to put this on here. I'm pretty sure that it's safe. There's like no chance that this is going to stop. And then I can just attack with everybody. Yeah, just attack with everybody. Seems fine. They'll probably Galvanic Blast defensively to try to kill something. Save it. They might try to trade. Actually, they'll use Frogmite here. Frogmite there. They go down to 2. If they have Galvanic Blast, they'll stabilize in their mind. Of course, they don't know about Vines of Astwood and the fact that I can kill them. They're probably thinking a way out. They said R.I.P. Oh, yeah, just a second ago. GG. First time with Stompy. Actually, undo. Undo. I'm going to use Quarian Ranger. I'm going to untap my... Which is Ledgewalker. Return this forest. Cast with a kicker on this creature. I'm going to tell them, normally I play Jank. A lot. Hold on. ... A lot. Add extra emphasis. What are you doing? Are you dispelling? Aw, naughty boy. You had a different kind of answer for my thing. They go to 2. Sure. I got 1 blocker, 2 blocker, 3 blocker. It's fine. 4 blocker, actually, with its ability. Yeah, this is fine. I think I might throw the Vault Scourge out into yonder. What are you choosing? Sure. Hooray! Oh, play points? Oh, that's what we get? I guess. It's not a pack. But luckily for me, I already have some of those. Let's open up some packs, guys. I'd like to crack a pack. I'll open one. Yes, I'll open 1 pack. Ooh, Necropolis Fiend. I like this, but it never does anything. It basically allows you to delve cards away and shoot things. I mean, that's awesome that we get this art. But, dang it. I wanted the actual Delve, the better Delve Demon. That's, I believe, a normal 5/5. I mean, the ability's cool, but like, I don't know. It's not as good as a 5/5. I don't know. Just so pricey at like 9. I mean, you have to delve 7 cards away. It makes a difference. I'm going to have control. I'm going to stop at 2. Ooh, Wreck Sage. I think this real art costs $3 or $4 in real life. Ooh, I don't have it. I have the other Reclamation Sage, the really orangey elf-looking one. Yeah, that one. All right. Listen, I'm going to stop at my last pack. I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to open any more packs after my last pack. Perfect. Bishop of Rebirth. This one was something that I thought about putting in my aggro vampires deck in standard. Combine. I don't normally play standard, but my friend was playing it and he was new to Magic, or newer to Magic. And I thought, oh man, I'm glad that he's playing. You know, it's fine. We'll just play some standard. I mean, honestly, standard is among the worst of the formats. It lacks everything that the Eternal formats have. Like balance and budget and, you know, diversity and and everything. Oh, except for champions. The Eternal formats unfortunately still have champions in them, but standard got lucky and had all of the champions banned. Well, anyway, I do like this little reanimator guy. Maybe in modern or something, like maybe some modern jank. Still really slow, but I think I might like to reanimate some stuff. Order of the White Clay. would be sweet into, I don't know, maybe a Boros Reckoner with the Order of the White Clay and I don't know, all the great things. And that was the deck. It seems like there's a pretty good diverse game plan. I mean, its curve is very, very low, and it seems to go very wide. Its spells are pretty versatile and do a bunch of different stuff. There's no one situation where, Hunger of the Howlpack is only usable at like 1 point in the game or like a few points in the game. It's usable almost all the time in the game. Same with like Savage Swipe, and a lot of this stuff is very, very easy to get use out of. The sideboard seems fine. It seems well meta adjusted. Like, this seems like a great deck. I think I would like to actually go around grinding out some games with this. Just because, you know, paying for a bunch of leagues by by just using Mono Green Stompy seems fine. Fund the channel on Mono Green Stompy today. Now, for the mirror matchup, I think the mirror matchup, you would actually bring in the River Boas, and maybe the Epic Confrontations. The River Boa is a good blocker, is a thing. Like, if they try to attack with a Burning Tree Emissary and you have 1 green mana open, you're not trading anything. They're not gonna risk the Burning Tree. You can chump all day long. They need actual real evasion, like Rancor, or actual Ledgewalker or Vault Scourge to get around it. This seems like a perfectly good card. Plus, like, with fight spells, like Epic Confrontation and River Boa, I think that's enough. From the side, I think in exchange you might cut Vines of the Vastwood. I don't think that we're going to be looking for a ton of protection. And that is a lot of the value of the Vines of the Vastwood. Comes from its ability to give hexproof. Well, actually, we could use the Vines to protect their creatures from their own hunger. God, what do you side in here? What do you side out? If you actually play this deck normally, let me know. I have no idea what on earth to side out for the mirror. That's everything that I have for today. You have to go outside and see sunlight now. That's all you get. Yeah, that's it. That was your internet time. Don't forget to meddle with some mages while you're out there, crack some clues, name some spells, and coming in for that face touch. Of course, sanitized hands.